All right. We got to get into this whole thing with Trump wanting to allegedly annex Canada and the Panama Canal and Greenland. And I don't really talk about politics or get into it all that much. I want to give my own 2 cents about this because I think it's utter bullshit, but I'm going to let these clips play out.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate.
So you're considering military force to acquire Panama and Greenland. Are you also considering a military force to annex and acquire?
No, economic force. Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. But here's the problem with Canada. So many friends up there. I love the Canadian people. They're great. But we're spending hundreds of billions a year to protect it.
United States and Canada merging, bro. That is the most anti-Canadian thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. And anybody that cares about the country of Canada should oppose it because it makes actually no fucking sense. I do think that it would be better for Canadians, but it is anti-Canadian. In the same way that if America wanted to, it's not going to be called the United States of America and Canada. Canada will be dissolved. You feel me? Canada will just be dissolved as a country. It's not no merge. It's not no merge like we see in some situations. So, like, I'm surprised a lot of people actually think it's a good idea, in my personal opinion. But I will say that there is a trade deficit. And even though Trump is being an asshole about it, he's not wrong that the United States does fund and subsidize a lot of bullshit for a lot of countries around the world. That's facts. I think this is a reminder to fucking Canada to use your fucking resources so that your fucking country can survive, god damn it!
I do agree with a lot of things that Agent did say about this whole situation. Trump is being a total asshole about this shit and trying to throw his weight around to acquire Canada. And honestly, I think the only way that would go off without a hitch and the whole Panama Canal thing in Greenland is if the people of them countries want to go for it. If they want it to happen, then fuck it. But even if the people are rallying behind it, I think that just makes America as a whole look like a bunch of hypocrites. Because wasn't we on the Chinese and Russians' ass for being too close to Alaska? Wasn't we all on Russia's case for annexing parts of Ukraine? Aren't we currently kicking the backside of the Chinese that want to take over Taiwan? So my whole thing about this is, if we annex Canada, the Panama Canal, and Greenland, we can't say nothing about any other country that does annexation. Bottom line, we will be fucking hypocrites. And we don't need them countries. Why do we need to annex Canada? Just because we protect them? Just because we send stuff their way? No, we shouldn't do it. Let them people remain independent. Have we not learned anything from the Iraqi-Afghanistan war? There were literally pig farmers over there that were slaughtering through American soldiers like a knife through butter. And I find it all the more interesting. He wants to annex Canada. He wants to annex the Panama Canal. He wants to go after Greenland. But you're not going to go after Mexico, I bet. Not with all them cartels down there. You ain't got the cojones, amigo, to sit there and say, oh, let's go to Mexico and have a hostile takeover of that. Mexico as a country might take issue with you wanting to rename it to the Gulf of America instead of leaving it as is, Gulf of Mexico. Hell, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in the South, myself included, that wants it to remain the same. Keep it as Gulf of Mexico. Why isn't no other Republican president had a problem with the name, but Trump has all of a sudden? And by the way, y'all voted for him. So granted, I'm not a political channel, but I just think from a humanitarian standpoint, from a right and wrong standpoint, this is absolutely wrong. This is un-American. This makes us look like a communist fucking country. This makes us look like a fucking authoritarian country. Because we can't say nothing about what those people do. I don't even think we'll be able to say anything what the Koreans do. If the Koreans want to annex South Korea, then guess what? We can't say a fucking word. Because if this goes off, we can't say nothing to nobody. But I have to tell y'all, and I have to say this dire warning. If Americans think, oh yeah, we gonna march into Greenland, we gonna march into Panama Canal, we gonna march up to Canada and take it over without a hitch, y'all got them Canadians fucked up. They might be nice, but they not that nice, eh? They are going to fuck us up. If pig farmers could fuck us up in Afghanistan and Iraq, what do you think Canadians gonna do? What do you think people in the Panama Canal gonna do? Or in Panama, for that matter, gonna do? What do you think Greenland are going to do? I don't even know if they got pig farmers in there, or pigs, for that matter. They might have flying pigs. I don't know. But the whole point I'm making of this, people not gonna go for this. If people go for it, fine. But I'm still against it. I think it makes us look like a bunch of dictators starting to annex countries. We need to keep our nose out of those people's business. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to go to Mexico thinking you finna annex it. Because all the Mexican army got to do is call up every cartel and say, hey, we finna go to war because they trying to take shit over down there. Like, stop. We don't need to be going out here annexing nobody. Leave them people alone. Leave the pig farmers alone. Leave these people alone. And you know what? I'll go as far as to say this. If this happens, I promise you what the UN and NATO ought to do is send a dire warning to the United States. If you do this, you're going to get kicked out of the UN and NATO. And guess what? You practically end up having a Red Dawn situation. I know that sounds kind of loony. This nation was founded off of independence from the British, even though people could say, well, we stole independence from the Indians. You wouldn't be wrong. I just think we need to leave people alone. Leave people alone. And I get the whole idea of, oh, we don't want the Russians to go over there and seize Greenland first. If they want Greenland, let them have it. Let the UN take care of them. Let NATO take care of them. Let the UK deal with them. This is not going to go the way people think it's going to go. So I don't want people to think, yeah, America, hoorah, MAGA, we going to make America great again. Like, no, we not doing that by annexation. No, cut that shit out. And maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I'm thinking too deep about this. I'm just saying, optically, this is a bad look, and we should not say nothing to any other country that even flinches the wrong way if we annex all these other places. Hell, you're trying to annex the Panama Canal. Them countries down there might not even want to go. You think Panama gonna go for it? Hell, I think they kind of already look at U.S. a certain way anyway. Like, what's gonna stop from the Panama army wanting to attack U.S. troops? What's gonna stop? Like, you're talking about something that could break out into all-out war. And wasn't it just sometime last year people were talking about a military draft? Like, come on, bro. Like, somebody needs to stop this man. Somebody. I don't care who. I don't care if it's the House, Senate. Y'all need to stop him. Even if it is your constituents. Stop this man. But with that being said, y'all let me know what you think about this madness in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.